Hello and welcome back to the channel. I've got another box opening. I love sharing these with you. I'm glad you guys don't mind me doing them. I just figured, hey, I open up so much stuff. Why don't I share it with everybody else? Here's my old crummy box cutter. Never getting rid of it. Deal with it. Not a cool knife, not a cool box opener, but it is mine. So I wonder how everyone's doing. This set continues to be just kind of like a normal performer, and it's a funny thing about expectations. Expectations have got to be managed. That's kind of like a corporate buzzword. It's like, we really need to manage expectations. Well, what does that mean? That means that if somebody's expecting something and it doesn't end up being that, then that means it's bad, right? It may not objectively be bad, but it's bad because I thought it was going to be something that it didn't turn out to be. So I'm feeling let down, right? Ravaz. Oh, if you saw my video a while ago, I pull so many Archangels of Wrath. Let me know if you do as well. I think that there's a conspiracy to try and have a lot of that card out in the ether, but expectation management is something that's really important for a company when you're selling a consumable or a product like this, because people need to know what to expect. They need to be able to plan accordingly, and the company itself knows that if you let people down, even if your product is good objectively, it's going to come off as being poor because people wanted something that they didn't get. So there's an expectation that isn't managed. It's kind of like if you expect to drink a Sprite, but someone hands you a seltzer water, and I don't know if you like seltzer water or not, but point being, if you take a sip, you're going to spit it out because your expectation was that you were, oh, that's cool. Danitha in Showcase looks really awesome. Wow. Very brave art style, but that is gorgeous. How can you not like that? Your expectation is going to be needs to be managed, right? So if you drink if you're expecting a Sprite and someone hands you a seltzer water and you spit it out, it's not because seltzer water is disgusting. Again, I don't know if you like seltzer water or not. It's that you were expecting Sprites. It's going to look like you didn't like something that really there is no problem with, right? You catch my drift. Everybody knows that. Yada yada. Oh, Shivan Reef, that's beautiful. I have said, I think that Ellis Ilcor is such a cool, the normal art is gorgeous, but the Showcase is so cool. And in foil, wow, really nice. And then a Shivan Reef, you can never have enough of those. I just am so glad that they've brought back the old lands. So I guess that's where I land on this. It's, I don't mind how sets are received. It's kind of like, if you like a sports team, you can't take it personally when they come up short. It's like, you're not playing for them. So, oh, whoa. Shockland in the list set. Wow. Now that gets a stack of its own. That is cool. There is zero organization to the bottom here, but a Namada, very interesting card. That's quite the little hit there. So yeah, if you root for a sports team and they lose, you can't take it personally because you don't play for them. You have nothing to do with its success or failure. You just need to enjoy what you enjoy. So I can enjoy this set. Other people maybe not liking it as much as me. That's of course okay, right? Because everybody's entitled to enjoy stuff the way that they want to enjoy it. And if you want to sit a set out, go ahead and sit a set out. I always say, just buy what you love. If you do that, you'll never have a bad day. It's kind of like if you like what you do for a living, you'll never work a day in your life. If you only buy what you enjoy, you'll never regret it, I think. I can't stand having regrets or buyer's remorse or something when it comes to something as fun as a card game. I mean, if something like this is not fun to you, then and normally you enjoy it, then you're doing it wrong. Just take a breath, take a step back, maybe take a break for a second, or realize hey, I don't have to buy stuff just because it's out. I should only buy the stuff I enjoy. If it doesn't bring you happiness, then forget about it. Now, talk about bringing you happiness. I think it is so cool that they got Seb McKinnon, boop, right there, to do art for each basic land type in this set as kind of an alternate. I just think that's so cool. And also I say that this kind of more abstract art showing up every now and then. I was talking in a previous video I did a while ago on there's a Joda. Oh, and a foil Relic of Legends. But hey, look at that though. Whoa, hold on a sec. Here's a normal card. Zoop. And here's this coming straight out of the pack. I know that doesn't look too bad from there. But it feels like really, maybe, oh, that's the angle to take right there. Look at that. Look how wonky that card is. Is that coming through? This thing's got like double curvature to it. It's pretty warped in two directions. I'm not going to chalk that up to the foiling process. I'm going to chalk it up to that card maybe having had a rough life before it got put in this booster pack. I think the foiling has gotten a lot better, and maybe that's I'm going to segue into something a little more random. But the Warhammer decks, I'm very excited about. Oh, Michiko Kanda. Cool. That is an expensive card and a brutal one. A 4-drop. Whenever an opponent deals damage to you with anything, they sacrifice a permanent. That's a source. So they attack with 5 creatures for whatever reason while you have this out. And each of them connects, they sacrifice 5 permanents. So if this is your commander and you've got some ability to flash a creature in, wow. That's a cool list pickup. So the last box I had very little that was exciting in kind of the list slot. I got a cool obscure Nemesis card, if I recall, that was neat, but there have been, those 2 cards are almost worth half this box. That is crazy. Let's see if anything. Oh, whoa. Sorry if I just blew your ears off. Time out. Okay, there's my 9,000th Archangel of Wrath. Okay, we're going to savor this. Okay, stop talking, buddy. Caves of Koilos, Borderless. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that art, that Phyrexian portal in there. That's a Phyrexian portal, by the way. Archangel of Wrath, so, a rare. Foil Mythic Solkanar. Unfortunately, not the most exciting foil mythic, but a foil mythic. And a Tiamat. Hello? So those 2 list cards in this pack just about cover this box. That is insane. I'm really dwelling on this for a moment, but this list slot is nuts. Let me move that box back. Goodness. And I'm not even halfway through the box yet. I don't know if I start talking. What was I talking about? I'm going to keep talking about that because maybe it's like good luck or something. My goodness. I was about to talk about the foiling on the Warhammer decks. So I'm really excited about those because Warhammer is an interesting hobby. It is something that is appealing to people for lots of different reasons. I don't know that there are people that really love Magic but don't buy anything. They just follow the lore. I don't know if there's a ton of people out there like that. I think that Magic's lore is interesting, and it's definitely more appealing to people who are older and have been around it for decades and decades, like me. But I can't say that it's like designed to be the deepest thing in the world the way that, say, like a Warhammer lore is. See, like, what? Why is this a list card? I love the old Odyssey cards. Very interesting, but like, why is it a list card? That just doesn't make much sense. Another Myria, very cool card. But so Warhammer, I have always loved the Warhammer lore. I have never really seriously played Warhammer. I feel like there's a lot of folks like that. It's something that is really interesting to observe from afar. I think because its lore is over the top. It's really violent. It's really dramatic. It's intense. It's very intense for sure. Magic's is not like that. Magic's is not intended to be like shocking. There is shock value in Warhammer's lore, and that was kind of the point. But as a fan of the lore, and especially of, say, like Tyranids, I think they appeal to a lot of people. They're very likable. Another foil electrostatic infantry. I can say that the Tyranid deck has me very excited. I also really, really like the play style of it. But when I saw the premium versions, I thought, do I buy those? I love to buy sealed product. And I haven't talked much about secret layers on here. I intend to do that soon. I definitely pick up the foil and non-foil versions of secret layers that I think have some staying power for sure. But I don't. Oh, see. So Aki Coalflinger in the. I think this is the Elves versus Goblins deck. So don't really understand again like that as a list card, but there it is. I saw the premiums. I buy the secret layers that I think have some staying power in foil and non-foil. So I was looking at the Warhammer decks and I'm thinking, I wonder if those are going to be worth buying the collector versions of, because I think you can get them for semi-fair prices out there. But people have been opening them on kind of like early access videos. Oh, I'll pause for this for a minute. A Johnny Sleeper Agent. That's a really cool card to have. This has been a fun box so far. I love the Phyrexian mana Planeswalkers. I have to admit that I am sad to see a Johnny go. He's a character I really like. I don't know. Do you identify with any of the Planeswalkers or characters in Magic? So when I saw people opening up the premium decks and they were all curled into oblivion, I thought like, I don't know. Like I would be the type of person to buy one and open it if I really loved it. Like say the Tyrannid deck, because I'm really excited about that one. But seeing that it's all curled like crazy, I don't think it's fair to like constantly rag on the curling of these cards, but because they're not all like that. It's like if we all just universally pan the foiling, I don't know that it's entirely fair because I haven't gotten like a ton of really bad foils in a long time. So here's a foil. Let's check it out. See, it looks pretty good to me. I don't know if that's really coming through, but it's pretty good to me. But Hazazan, I'll enjoy keeping this because I really love this card. Very, very cool throwback for me. So I really like the decks. I will definitely be buying all of the decks unless I have bought them by the time this video comes out. Not sure when I'll put it up. But I really like the decks themselves. I don't know about that kind of surge foiling premium. I think it's a shame that they're offering these decks at the price they're offering them at with kind of the quality control issues. Like, give me a second here. Okay, give me just a second. You're kind to be so patient with a guy like me. Oh man, this card's not worth that much money at all. I could not be more excited to hold this in my hands right now. From a story and old person perspective, the Mana Rig is such a cool thing. There's never really been a card of like the Mana Rig. And here it is, 29 years later conceptually, but you really saw them in Urza's Legacy in the card Defense Grid. You get a really good depiction of a Mana Rig. You can't get this in anything other than a set booster or a collector booster. This is the commander cards that aren't available in the decks. And I love trying to hunt this one down in particular. I do not have a foil one. I could not be more excited about pulling this. I spent a lot of time on that. Again, thank you for your patience. I really just love this stuff. That was so cool. That's a favorite for me. Of all the cards I've pulled in this box, even these 3 like heavyweight list cards, that's my favorite pull by a mile so far. I think that this box, since there's been enough activity. Oh, and another commander. This is from the Dahada deck, Shanid. Kind of a neat card. I think that this box deserves a little tally at the end. So when I end the video here, I'll come back and then I'll tell you what everything kind of tallied up to, make a chart just to show you. I will say that this feels like one of the better boxes I've opened, both from like a cards in the set point of view and a like list slot point of view. I've got like the cards in the list slot have just been really nice in this set in particular, but I will total this up just to see. Gosh, we have way more packs left than I thought. That's 3 deep right there. Oh my gosh. It feels like it should be over at this point based on what I've pulled, but we still got a few packs left. Thanks for hanging with me. I know these videos tend to get a little long. I will always be a sucker for a foil basic land too, by the way. So, I was just saying, this box has been pretty good. Have a Sheoldred. Why not? Why not? Join the party. I don't have a lot of those, to be honest. And from a lore point of view, I think that the kind of new Phyrexia arc is really interesting. I do like the story. From a story writing perspective, it's a bit basic, and that's not a slight to the Magic story. Plaza of Heroes. Oh, and a foil Shanna. This box is good, man. This box is good. Do you like this card? I really like this card. 3/3 first strike. At the beginning of your end step, you pay X and draw X, where that's the amount of life you gained. So as long as this survives, or you've got some other way, even this alone, I think is a really powerful card drawing engine in a color combo that doesn't necessarily lack good card drawing engines, but nevertheless, very interesting take on a life gain. I would say commander, probably, because I think that's what that's designed for. It's not necessarily designed for standard. Another Hazazon art card. Always love that because I love that card. So this box has been pretty good. Herd Migration. Okay, we got Repay in Kind. Okay, kind of an interesting pull there. Each player's life total becomes the lowest life total among all players if you don't remember this card. It's a 7-drop sorcery, so not the most exciting thing in the world, but Herd Migration, I can't tell if that card's going to end up gaining some traction or growing legs, as they say. We'll have to see, but getting close to the end of the box. Thanks for hanging in here. Do you think this is a decent box? I kind of think this is a decent box. I'll try to wrap up the end here pretty quickly. Cosmic Epiphany, another Defiler. That's pretty cool. I think the Defilers are good. I don't think we've gotten a lot of those in the boxes I've been opening. But nevertheless, I think that's an interesting card design. I think it's very flavorful. I was talking about the new Phyrexia arc. I think it's exciting because it references Dominaria, and it talks about kind of like the single biggest culprit in the Magic universe, which is this kind of battle between good and evil. There's Baru, another card you can only pull in a set booster. It's kind of good and evil tugging at each other. Tezzeret's Betrayal. This is odd to me because this is from the Planeswalker deck. So like it only makes sense to play these if you have the actual Planeswalker that's being referenced, that, Tezzeret, Master of Metal. So that is such a, that's a rare. I was saying that like the common card choices are odd. That as a rare choice is just odd. I'll stop ragging on the list because the list has been very kind to us in this box. I know that the cards are kind of small in the frame right now, but that's all right. So I do like the story. I like the story arc we're going on. I think it's very exciting. There's another commander card you can't get anywhere other than here. Radodrobic. Oh! Give me a second. Foil Borderless Shivan Reef. Nuts. Now, if you're paying attention at home, the art is similar to the non-borderless, and it's got still kind of that section cut through the water. Gorgeous. Wow. This box it's definitely worth tallying up because I think, and we haven't even done the box topper yet. I got 2 packs left. Thanks for bearing with me. I hope you've enjoyed just kind of hanging out here, opening these with me here. Oh yeah, great. So I was talking about the story, Karn Silex. If you're not familiar with the lore in this set, Karn kind of builds one of these and everything blows up again, or is going to maybe blow up again. Seems like that's where we're headed. Not entirely sure, but this is a callback to the Silex that Urza used to kind of blow everything up in the original Brothers War. Kind of see where this story ends up heading. If you've not read the story and you're looking for something to kind of run your eyes over, it is kind of interesting, the story that they're setting up here with the lore online. I think this Tatiova is really cool. Raven Man, Writhing Necromass. So, okay, there's the end of the pack. I organized these in absolutely no way whatsoever. Thank you very much, and you're welcome. Let's see, is there anything of note in the box topper slot? I'm going to try to be pretty careful because I think this is they make these very pullable, like very easy to open so you don't ruin the card. What do you think it'll be? Will it be anything interesting? Here's kind of like the litmus test. And okay, not really. Ramirez de Pietro Pillager, just an uncommon. Allow me to total this up and then come on back. I'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. Cleaned up just like that. Wow, the total is $206. just from the rares and mythics, and at least one notable, the Relic of Legends. This is a couple dollars. I also think it's worth noting, don't overlook anything, but the Sand Warrior tokens are getting pretty expensive. They think they were at about $1, and now they're completely sold out where I buy my singles. I have obviously built that Hazazon deck. I talk so much about the card. So, I'll always grab a Sand Warrior token if I can. The caveat to this $206 total is that I buy all of my singles on Card Kingdom, and their prices are always just a hair higher than, say, like TCG Market. But I'm not going to go buy cards 9 times out of 10 on TCG Player, because I love tcgplayer.com, but I'm usually buying like a whole bunch of cards at once. I've got 3 different decks I want to build and some collectibles I want to buy, and while I'm there, I guess I'll grab this, and that. So I tend to only place like very infrequent larger orders, and doing that on TCG Player, as you know, that's just, to me, that's just not really what that site does best, because you've got lots of disparate sellers. They may not have that obscure old Mercadian Masks common that you're trying to grab, so you're like, I can't actually complete this deck. So I just stick to Card Kingdom for that reason. And to me, pricing these based on Card Kingdom's prices, it's like, well, that's what they're worth to me, because that's what I would inevitably end up paying for them if I were to go there. So I add a caveat to that. These are the Card Kingdom prices. I think you could subtract about, let's just round up and say $10 or so from the rares that are less than a couple dollars. But man, we were treated really well. Tiamat is a good hit. Michiko, pretty decent. Blood Crypt is a really good hit. Some of these mythics are really nice. The Silex, Ajani. Sheoldred is really what pushes this box up. So I would also say that opening a draft box of Dominaria, probably not a good idea. The list cards alone accounted for like $30-$35 worth of value from this box alone. So once you shave off the fact that it's Card Kingdom, there's maybe like a good 10% premium there. We're kind of at 180. If you shave off these cards and you're at 150, and then you shave off all of the cards that are never going to be pulled here, Mana Rig, etc., and down count the rares to the 36 that you're really going to get in a draft box, you'd probably get one more right for that foil rare. Maybe a legend or something, you're really not going to get your, $100 plus tax plus shipping back if you're just buying a retail booster draft box and opening it up. So anyway, not to get too long-winded in the end here, thanks for bearing with me. I'll put the numbers up on screen. This was a fun box. We should do this again sometime, I hope there will be another one. So thanks for watching, and again, take care.